Hey guys, how's it going? We are talking about driving for dollars. One of I probably find more deals using this particular technique than any technique by itself. So pay attention. And for those of you that are wondering why is this strategy in the I have no time, because it's in other strategies too, but or um, filter. It's There's a reason why. If you have no time at all, you can still do driving for dollars. But first, let's explain what is driving for dollars exactly. Okay, this is one of the strategies that I thought was the dumbest strategy in the world. Like, why on that is the biggest waste of time? Why would you do this? But then I started closing deals. I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. So, what is it, Caffeine? What is it that what is driving for dollars? Driving for dollars is basically driving in a certain area looking for distressed properties. So when you're looking for distressed properties, what does that mean? Like, what is that? So distressed properties are has a couple of different things. So the properties you're looking for, here's some red flags, right? So long grass, snow that or snow in the driveway. Like if it snowed a couple days or weeks ago and there's still snow in the driveway, there's not a lot of footprints, whatever. That's indication. We're looking for vacancy as well, right? Bad roofs, broken windows, boarded up windows, any signs taped to the door. That means like the city or like the bank has put something on there. So there's definitely distress. See something taped on the door? That's like from the government, like usually the blue tape they put on it. That's usually 9 times out of 10 that's a distressed property. Um, so yeah, so long grass, just bad condition. Not always if they have stuff in the yard, they could just be really messy. But you're not just looking for one of these things, you're looking for multiples. So if you're driving to see someone has a bad roof, but everything else, like there's still two cars in the driveway, the grass is cut, whatever, that's doesn't necessarily mean this means they got to fix the roof. Doesn't mean that's actually distressed property, right? Um, so that is something you do want to kind of keep in mind. So you want multiples is the ideal scenario. That's what you're looking for. Okay. I'm looking for a house that's like bad roof and the grass is super long and there's some tape on the door. Like, okay, yeah, that's an address I'm definitely writing down. Okay, perfect. Um, Now, what do I do after I write down? I get all the stuff down. So we'll go over in a bit, like how to find the addresses and all that fun stuff. Okay. Okay. So where are we driving for dollars? You want to drive. You want to drive the. You're going to find more properties in rougher parts of the town than you are the nicer places. If you go to Nordstrom's, you can drive around looking for properties and drive for an hour, and you'll find like one or two maybe. You go down to a Target, Walmart area, and you will in 30 minutes you'll have 15 properties written down. Okay, so yeah, you this is great strategy to find leads for Walmart and Target properties or areas, which is still great. I think those are the if you're wholesaling, Walmart and Target properties are absolutely the which is check your classes with investor ID if you don't know what I'm talking about with J Massey. So people will you'll have a lot more buyers with the Target and Walmart. I don't know, my brain's not working today. It's crazy. Anyways, you don't have to be smart to make money, guys. I mean, proof. There you go. See. Anyways, you don't even need to know words. It's fine. So, as you're driving for dollars, right? You want to go through the rougher parts of town, ideally, but you can still find stuff even if you're in nicer places, whatever. And it's phenomenal. Another trick to do it is you can go driving for dollars and driving at night. Now this is again, if you're going to be pulling over, you go rougher parts of town, maybe be a little more cautious. Maybe you don't go that too rough areas. But the reason why I say driving at night, like 8, 9 o'clock at night, where most people are home, and so I can drive it. I can see if the lights are on from outside. So if there's a property and it looks like dark, there's no it just, and it's still like, it's still the grass is still high or whatever. So like, okay, I'm gonna get the address. Like, I'm gonna pin it either with the app I use or just on Google Maps. So if I can't see the address, then that's fine. Just pin it and get the information, or save the information for later, right? So yeah, driving at night is a great way to just find different properties you wouldn't have noticed beforehand, because lights are out, it's dark, it's awesome, it's kind of fun. Good date night. Take your spouse out, drive for dollars. Yeah, you're making money. Another thing is to uh, go on trash day. Trash day is awesome. So trash day, and I stumbled upon this just on accident. Again, we're looking for multiple stuff, but it is an indicator. It is a indicator, not the indicator. Like, if you're driving and you see all the trash cans are in front, at least here in Utah. I know there's some out of states people, but when it's trash day, you're supposed to put the trash in front of your house and in the street. And so you can see where no one has not put out the trash. And so sometimes it's, like myself, I just forget or whatever. That can be the situation. But again, we're looking for multiples. So if I see a property that doesn't have a trash, but their roof is bad, or there's a broken window, like, oh, okay, that there's multiple key indicators. So I'm gonna write the address down. And you can, a couple different ways to capture this information. There's plenty of apps. Deal Machines is a great app to capture it. Where you're going, keeps track of where you've driven, which is really nice too. You can just get Google Maps and do, or your iPhone Maps, and just drop a pin. Just boom, you have it. Another way, what I did, I would just take a picture of the front of the house with the house number, and then I would just drive to the corner and take a picture of the street sign. So in two pictures, I have the address, because I know the city I was driving in, right? So I have the address, the address of the house, or the number of the house, and then the street, and then that's the address. Boom, two pictures in it. Got it. Um, here's some cool things about driving for dollars too, and why there's no excuses for anyone, and someone has no time would even. First of all, let me back up a little bit, okay? The reason why I was shocked on how many distressed properties there are out there. Shocked, like shocked of how many distressed properties there are out there. Okay, and I was amazed on, once I started to see them, it just opened my eyes, and that's why I really fell in love with it, because I was able to find so many, and it was so easy. So it's the same thing like when you're driving a new car. Like, when I got my Tesla a while back, before I got rid of it, like, suddenly I didn't notice a lot of Teslas before, but when I got my Tesla, I was like, yeah, there's Teslas everywhere. And I've got my Camaro now. Like, suddenly I'm noticing a lot more Camaros out there. Like, geez, they don't even make them anymore when I'm seeing them all. Because you're telling your brain it's important, so your brain's gonna seek those out because it's something you own. So it has to be important to you. So your brain's gonna notice them. And so it's the same with distressed properties. Once you start looking for these type of properties, you'll see them everywhere. And so this is how this all rolls into when when you don't have any time, like you don't have any time at all. Okay, this is how you do it. So you're still have to drive somewhere. So you're driving to work, driving to drop off the kids, maybe, driving to whatever commitments you got going on, church, whatever. Here's what you do: you just leave 5 minutes earlier. Wake up 5 minutes. Wake up 5-10 minutes sooner than you would have before. Okay, so don't give me in this time crap. I don't have time. Okay, you have time. Watch 10 minutes less of Netflix. Like, that's all it's gonna take. All right. So you leave 10 minutes earlier. You drive to work a slightly different route. And while you're driving, you're paying attention to what you're driving past. And so you see something, pull over real quick, drop a pin, move on, keep on going. You're getting leads while you're doing your everyday thing, your everyday activities. Driving a soccer game, great. Drive that road. You're looking for driving for dollars. You've driven that road before. While you're looking for distressed properties, leave a few minutes early, drive a different one. So this is minimum of extra time, and it's not really extra time. Just wake up a little earlier, watch 10 minutes less of Netflix, whatever, you can do it. Like there's driving for dollars, there's zero excuses for you not doing it. Here's a bonus tip. I would tell my kids, especially when we first started, it was hilarious. So I told my kids, like, if you guys see a distressed property and I end up buying it, I'm going to pay you $100. And so my kids, as we're driving, their faces are glued to the window looking for a distressed property. Hey, dad, there's one, there's one, there's one. And so I'm not even looking. I don't have to worry about it. Like they'll point it out to me, like, oh, cool, yeah, let me pull over quick and get the information. And it was like they're glued on it. It's like, no, I saw that one first. I saw it's hilarious. It's the best thing ever. I love it so much. And if we close on it, we'll pay him. Like it's awesome. Sure. Like, great. It's phenomenal. I just made 30 grand on this property. Yeah, sure. Here's 100, $200. That's awesome. Okay. It's phenomenal. It's a really, really cool way to get extra leads. And it's just, and because they're distressed, like there's motivation to sell. You'll be shocked on the number of properties you'll find through this method that are the owners are doctors and dentists and chiropractors and businessmen. Because I tell you what, this is why they need Renatas. They know that real estate, these guys, and this is just my personal observation. These guys, they make some money. They know that real estate is a great way to grow wealth, but they don't know anything about it. Like zero. Like I guess I'll buy a house and put a renter in there, and they're busy schedule. The doctor working like 60, 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week sometimes, and now they have a rental property which they have no idea really how to run. And so maybe they get a renter in there, then the person trashes it and it leaves, and so he doesn't have time to manage it and fix it up, and it's not hurting for money, so it just kind of sits there and it's getting worse and worse and worse over time. So it's amazes me how much the how easy it is for the or how many properties are actually owned by doctors. So when I have a hard time looking up the information, which I'll show you in continuation of this module, that sometimes if I can't find who the owner is, I'll just Google the owners, like their contact information. I'll just Google the owner's name, because you can just look in court in the county record. It's easy. I'll show you in a second. I'll Google their name, and then I'll pop and if they're doctor or whatever, they have their websites. They have all the stuff. Dr. Ryan blah 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 Smith. Oh yeah, there he is. I've called their offices before. Like, oh, I'm calling my this property. Like it's why not? It's totally fine. So that's driving for dollars, and anyone can do it. Everyone can do it. And here's something. Okay, so for those that are watching this and they do have time, the most successful people that are driving for dollars, they turn driving for dollars into sacred time. Okay, if you haven't watched Sacred Time, then you shouldn't be doing anything before you watch Sacred Time. So go watch that anyways. They turn driving for dollars in Sacred Time. So they would just, and I would highly recommend, if you're going to do it in a chunk where like you're before you even go home. Like for example, if you work 9 to 5, from 5 to 6 or 5 to 6:30 or whatever it is, you're going to be driving for dollars. So tell the missus, tell the husband, hey, listen, I know I'm off, but I'm going to, and make it a routine. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to be driving for dollars. That's going to be my MMAs. I think that should count as MMAs. Pulling up the leads. I'm just going to be driving for dollars. And there's plenty of apps, that can track where you are, so you don't like driving the same roads again. And you can choose cities, or just parts in Europe, wherever you want to invest, right? And just drive for dollars, get a ton of leads, and then as you're getting leads, then you pull up the information, which I'll show you in a second. And so, yeah, definitely dedicate a specific amount of time, whether it's daily or weekly, whatever it is. And if you do it, connect it with like right as you get off. Because if you get off of work and you get home and the husband or wife made dinner for you and it looks so good, and it's like you sit down to eat, then all the blood goes to your stomach instead of your head, and suddenly you don't feel like wanting to go outside again. You just got home, you don't want to leave. You go drive around. So yeah, it's do it before you even get home, if you have a regular job, okay? And put it Pacific time, put it in your calendar. That's definitely a call to action right there. But down below, I'm going to show you how to find the property, the information, all the stuff like that. Okay. All right. Love you guys. This is awesome.